One day we were sleeping. It was around 6 a.m. in the morning. I heard some knocks from the door. When I went to open the door, I saw many people, like 5 or 6. They had come to our house. I asked them, what is the problem? They say, we are coming to pick everything which is in this house. The most other shocking thing about this person, he was never intimate. We were never intimate in the house. He was very loving, kuongea vizuri. He's not beating you up, but this person is not intimate. We can even go to 1 year without intimacy.
Hello viewers, welcome yet to another episode of The Journey. First of all is to thank God for the far that He has brought us. We have come from episode 1 to episode 26. Thank you guys for those who are watching and those who are sharing these episodes. And I encourage you guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel. So today I am privileged to have a lady who decided to come and share her story. It's very touching, sad, shocking, painful, and educative. So let me give her the chance so that she can tell us her story. And she requested that I should not show her face. And I decided it's okay. This is the first episode that we are not going to show somebody's face. And just listen to the story. So Christine, tusalimie as you introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Christine.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm happy. Finally, today, for the first time, I'm doing this.
Yes.
Yes.
At least umegather courage to kutuambia your story.
Yes.
Na it's a touching story.
Yeah.
So tuambie sasa from the beginning. Kwenye maybe if it's comfortable where you grew up ama
All right.
tujue at least a little bit about your background before now we get the story itself.
Christine grew up in the eastern part of Kenya. She has 3 siblings. So there are 4 in number in their family. I being the firstborn. I have a sister and 2 brothers who are much younger than I am. Yes. I grew up in a pretty well home where my father worked with the Kenyan forces and my mother was a businesswoman. Yeah. Growing up as a child was a very nice journey. I grew up in a very lovely home. My parents were very good, and I can say my childhood was good. Yes. My parents were not a broken family. They were a very loving family. So I can say I grew up in a setup where the family was good. Okay.
And so if I can ask, when were you born?
I was born in the almost early 90s. Yes.
Wow. So you're not that old and that young.
Yes. I'm not young. I'm not old.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can tell us now about your story, how you met this guy and how it all began.
Okay. I went to primary school in the eastern part of Kenya. Then I went to Western for my high school. Then after high school, I went to college. Then I went to Nairobi, as everyone else goes to Nairobi to look for greener pastures.
Yes.
Yes, and in Nairobi, I joined a church, the Anglican Church of Kenya. Yes, I was serving in the praise and worship.
Wow.
And that church was a big church. Actually, the church has a congregation of more than 1,200 members. So it is a very big church. So most people knew me in the church.
Yes.
I was serving, I was in church. I am I am very faithful in the church, as every young girl could do. And when I was in church, you know, it is obvious, and you in church you're serving.
Yeah.
One or two guys here and there, they must see you and they're interested to be with you. But this one gentleman,
Yeah.
let him call him X today.
Or we call him Morris.
Let us call him Morris for our story today. Morris.
Yes.
So the guy came and he was a good person.
Yes.
And off to my feet, like any other lady does, we started a relationship.
Yes.
Okay, we got to a relationship in 2015. We dated for 3 years. And we did our wedding. But before we did our wedding, we had the traditional wedding. There, the life was good. There was no problems, much problems. But there were some red flags that I hadn't seen. But, you know, as a naive young girl, you're not able to identify, like, these are red flags.
Yeah.
For example, before we did the wedding, when we went for our dowry, this guy came and told me one day to go and purchase the clothes that I was supposed to wear for the rural show.
Yes.
And I used my own money to go and buy the clothes. The guy saying that he was going to refund the money, of which he never did. And to me, I never saw like a red flag.
Yeah.
I just thought it is a normal thing. So I just brushed it off and said, it's fine. And we went home for the dowry. It was very colorful. The day ended well. We went back to Nairobi and we continued with our preparations for the wedding.
Yes.
As the wedding was nearing, like 1 week to the wedding, I realized that I did not have a gown. So I told the guy was promising every time, I'm going to buy the gown. I'm going to buy the gown. So now it is like 3 or 4 days to the wedding and there is no gown. Christine runs to the shop and buys the gown by herself. And the wedding continues. But already this is something which was a red flag or a sign that I could have known. Why is this person not very serious in such issues? Most of these personal things that you find you doing during the wedding, I was the one doing them by myself. There is no help or financial help that this person was giving me. So I just initiated things by myself and did all those things. Finally, the wedding came. And the wedding happened, and we started our marriage journey from there.
So the wedding happened in Nairobi?
Yes, the wedding happened in Nairobi in my church.
Oh, okay.
And in that church that I was, everyone knew me. So there was tremendous support.
Yes.
The members of the church really did a nice job. My wedding was very colorful, a big wedding. Our wedding budget was around 550,000 and we met the budget.
Oh.
And the guy never gave out even a single shilling. The budget came from my friends and our family friends and friends. Yeah. Okay.
So before we go to your marriage life, let's understand about this guy. Was he working?
Yes, the guy was working.
Yes.
Yes, he was working.
And he did not contribute any money?
Yeah, he said he didn't. I assumed things by myself. I said maybe during our dowry he used a lot of money.
Yeah.
So maybe that is the reason he doesn't have money. Yes, and now being the good girl in church, you want to do a wedding in church, you have to support your guy. So I was there fully supporting him.
Yes.
Yes. So the wedding happened and we did the wedding.
And now, was this guy... this guy was a church guy as well. Was he active in church?
He was very born again. In fact, he was how can I can't describe how born again he was. Yes. Because this person always going to church, was always carrying his Bible, using that. You can see, like, he was so born again.
Yes.
Like, totally born again. In fact, before our wedding, we have never had been intimate together the way he was so born again. So we were saying that we want to have a wedding, which is a holy matrimony. Yes, a holy wedding. The guy was so much born again. In fact, this guy had gone to a theological school at a point.
Yes.
So he wants even to be a reverend.
Wow.
Yes.
So during dating, there was no
intimacy. Yes, absolutely none.
Hugs?
Nothing.
Even hugging?
Maybe hugging and shaking hands, but nothing more.
Wow.
So, as a lady, if you're in church and you see such a person, in fact, you say God has answered your prayers. He was an answered prayers to me. Answered prayers, yeah. So, after the wedding, we went to his house. Then when we stayed there, that we went for honeymoon briefly and came back. Then this person, as we were there in his house, the second day when we came back, I had a knock on the door. It was the landlord. So she said to call the guy to come. He wants to speak to him. So I called the guy and told him, the landlord wants to speak to you. She was a lady. So the lady now told him, I need my money. So I came to realize that time, this guy, for the last 6 months, he had not paid his rent. And the landlord wanted money, around 65,000 shillings. So I asked him, what happened? Why have you not been paying your rent? And he did not have a clear answer why he was not paying his rent. First, I had not seen him contribute so much to the wedding. I had not seen him do much things. He had never bought any gift to say that he was spending money on me. So I was really shocked. And now I had to go back to my account. The money we had been given on the wedding, we had to get some money to pay the landlord.
Yes.
So that is where our journey now started. We stayed. After a while, we left Nairobi to go to stay in another town where the guy was working. Before we did the wedding, I was staying in Nairobi, he was staying in another town. So I joined him in that other town that he was staying in.
So were you working?
Yes, I was working.
Yes.
In a very good place. I was a very stable person. In fact, I was working in a good place, a good company. My boss was very good. So this guy told me now to resign and go and join him over. And being the wife, and you've been just getting married, you want to choose between your marriage and your job. And what I chose was the marriage. So I left my job, I resigned. Everyone was shocked because I was the best employee in that company. Everyone was wondering what has happened. And that is how I left my very good paying job and joined the guy over to where he was staying. Okay, I went to that town where the guy was staying. He was staying in Kisumu. So we went to Kisumu. You know, in a foreign place where you are not used to people, life there was challenging at first. But by God's grace, I was able to get another job shortly after.
Yes.
So when I stayed around 1 month, I got another job, I started working. The guy was also working. One day, as I went to work, when I came back, I decided to go and clean the house. Our gifts, most of our gifts that had been given, we had carried them over to our house. So I said, that place has been very dusty. Let me go and clean that place because it is very dusty. As I was going to clean the place, I found empty cartons. And I wondered, what happened? All the gifts, they are not there. Like there's nothing which was there. Yes. I was really surprised. I asked the guy, When he came back in the evening, do you know where our gift could have gone? I can't see anything. He says, I am not even aware. So I told him, I'm going to the police station to report that we have some stolen items in the house. And he accompanied me to go.
Yes.
But when we were on our way, he just said, I think I've changed my mind. Let us just let it go. There's no need of going to the police station to report that our items are lost. Whoever stole them, just leave. It is okay. And there were very many items. If I can value the items, there were more than 100,000 because they were all the good things like the microwave, the cooker.
Wow.
Yeah, most things which were very expensive.
Yes.
But one day after that incident, one day when I was passing by, a neighbor called me and she said, hi, your husband another day was selling a rice cooker. Are you still interested in selling the rice cooker? I told her, no, we are not interested to sell it. We already sold it. So automatically, I was able to know that he's the one who had sold all the gifts for the wedding.
Yes.
So when I came back, I confronted him and asked him, why did you sell the items and you did not tell me? He was there kneeling down and crying and saying he's so sorry and he's going to change. It is the devil. And I was there. I forgave and kept quiet and we moved on.
Yes.
Yes. So we were like that preacher most of the time. I'm the one who is doing most of the things in the house. Him, when he hands, I don't know where he takes his money. He doesn't pay the rent. At one point, one day, I came from work. It was on a Thursday, I remember, evening. I found the agent and knocked the door, and his phone went off. Where he was working, he was being given the house, yes, to stay in there. Yeah. He could choose to stay in his job or come home. So now when he knew that he had not paid his rent for 3 months and he had not even informed me, he chose to stay in the job. And because I was a good wife, I did not want to shame him. I slept on the stairs of the apartment where we were staying.
The
whole night, yes. And it was raining that day. Even the soldier found me and asked me, why are you staying here? I just cried and kept quiet. I didn't even tell him why. And I did not want to go and get shelter from someone because I did not want to shame him.
Yes.
Or I did not even want to tell my parents or ask for help from anyone because I wanted to end our problems.
Yes.
So I just stayed there. He appeared after 2 days, came home with a story, I'm sorry. He went and got a hotel. We stayed there for some days before we sorted our issues.
Yes.
Then he told me, can you call some people, 1 or 2 people from home? They can assist us with finances. You know, my salary, mostly we were using to cover the foodstuffs in the house. And then I was now solely like the breadwinner of the family. So even if I used the money that I was getting, it could not be enough to pay that rent because it had accumulated. It was a huge balance. And he was not informing me that the rent was in arrears.
Yes.
So we were able to gather some money. We went to the agent and paid the money and our house was opened and we came back and started living normal. So this another time, after that shortly, one day we were sleeping. It was around 6 a.m. in the morning. I hear some knocks from the door. When I went to open the door, I saw many people, like 5 or 6. They had come to our house. I asked them, what is the problem? They say, we are coming to pick everything which is in this house. I asked them why. They said, the guy had gone to some shy rocks and gotten some money and he has refused to pay them and he has blacklisted them. So, and he had shown them the house when I was away. So now they already knew his house. They were coming to pick the items.
Yeah.
So what happened now? I am there. I'm really confused. They are carrying everything. I can see they are removing the gas. They are removing the chairs. They are removing the TV. Anything which is in the house. And then I asked these guys, how much money do you want? Because you are carrying all these other things, everything in the house. They say, this guy owes them 20,000. Yes. So, fortunately enough, there's a cousin of mine who was staying nearby. So I went and I called him and told him, hey, come to the house. I think things are not okay. There's some people who are carrying our stuffs. So this guy, my cousin, came and he gave me some money. I had some money. We paid up the guys and they left. And they left our stuff.
How much was the money?
20,000. So when after they left, I asked him, you picked some money from the Shyrock. I have not seen you buying food in the house. I have not seen you paying the rent. There's nothing you've been doing. Where did you take the money?
So you're the one who was
Bringing
Yes,
the rent.
I am buying food in the house. I'm doing everything in the house. Then I asked him, where did you take the money? Then the guy tells me, I used the money to pay my foodies and the mshwari.
And where did he take the money of that he used in Fuliza and Mshwari?
I don't. He's saying that he had been blacklisted because he had stayed for a long time without paying them. So he has paid the mshwari and KCB M-Pesa.
Yeah.
He had a loan. He had taken a long time for over a year. So now he wanted to clear the debt. So he had paid them, expecting they would give him another loan. Then they have refused to give him a loan. So that is the story that he gave. I said it is fine and we moved on and we watched the end. Yeah. I let that one slide and I kept quiet.
And was he in a well-paying job?
Very. Okay. He was saying where he's working, they are not paying him. But later on, one day as I was checking some things in the house, in a drawer, I found pay slips for 6 months. He had hid them very fast. Somewhere I could not have seen them, but by God just wanted me to see the pay slips. I saw the pay slips somewhere. And this guy, every month, he was earning 40 to 50,000. Yes. So the only thing which was really making me surprised, I was asking myself, does this guy have another family? Or is it into a cult? Or is it to betting? Or what else does he do that he's always broke?
Yeah.
He was extremely broke. Every time he's broke. Sincerely, he doesn't have money. Anyway, so I really wanted to know what was up, but I did not know. The most other shocking thing about this person, he was never intimate. We were never intimate in the house. He was very loving, kuongea vizuri. He's not beating you up, but this person is not intimate. We can even go to 1 year without intimacy.
Romance, kissing.
Or
Yeah, you can kiss and romance, but in sexual activities, no.
What about on your honeymoon?
Even during the honeymoon, it was like, you can say once, Nani, the two, like, it's you say maybe you're not used to each other, now you're knowing each other well. But now, you can say our marriage life was under a lot of issues. At one point, even I told him we should go and see a doctor. So we went to see a doctor, and he said he's going to be fine. He was given some medicine to be taking. Yeah. So I was there for him. I was standing by him as my husband. I could not leave him. I decided to stick on and stay with him.
yes.
And you're faithful.
Yes, I was very faithful. I was there praying for my guy, praying that everything shall turn out to be good.
And what was the problem?
Okay. You will know much later in the story. As
Okay.
As you're coming to get into the story,
Okay.
you're going to know what was the problem.
Carry on.
So we stayed like that through many ups and downs, Yes. Then at one point God was gracious, I was expectant during the COVID time. But shortly after, I lost the pregnancy
Oh, sorry.
because mostly I was very stressed. I was working, I was doing very heavy jobs to sustain the family. So the pregnancy, we lost the baby. Okay, there I stayed, another stress, I'm here, there, but we continued with our journey. Things became better after the COVID journey was over. We became better. But now this guy, completely now, we were staying like a brother and a sister in the house. No sex, nothing. So, and there is something which was very weird about this person. From since I got married to him, for those 4 years, I have never touched his phone. When he was going to the bathroom, he used to carry his phone. He had passwords all over his phone. You could not touch his phone.
Yeah.
Anytime maybe I want to touch his phone, he becomes very hostile, or he doesn't want me to touch his phone. But he knew my password, he knew my M-Pesa PIN, he knew everything about me, but I never knew him. In fact, one day I jokingly asked him, if today you died and your parents asked for your M-Pesa PIN or something about you from your phone, I am your wife, how could I help them? I don't know your M-Pesa PIN, and I don't know your phone, your pattern. I know nothing about your phone, your account. I don't know what you have. How do we live? We live like two strangers in the house. That is what I always commented. But the guy he says, no, I will change. There's nothing wrong. Men should be men. Men are supposed to be discreet with their issues. Women should not know much about them. So me, I lived with this person believing like a woman should not touch a man's things. But one thing I realized about him, anytime that there are some calls that he could make, he could go out to pick his calls, and I have never seen him with any lady. So I tried to follow him up to see him with a lady. I have never seen him with any lady. So I never knew exactly where the problem was. But all the time in our house, I could see some friends who were coming to the house. He had some friends, but mostly the friends that he was having were male friends. So I was seeing him with male friends. I have never seen him with a female. We stayed like that. Then one day, I came to the house. I found my guy, some friends. So when I found those friends, they were in the room, in my bedroom. It was very weird. I wondered, what were they doing in the bedroom? As I got in, I found my guy inside the room with two people. And those people, I knew them very well because they were from our church.
From your church now in Kisumu?
Yes, where we have gone to live. I
Yes.
found them with some friends. And these guys were not very new to me. I had known them because they were friends. They even could come to our house and watch movie. I leave them in the sitting room. I go to sleep because they were good friends. They were always in church. They could come and pick my husband and say they are going to a mission, or they are going to church, or they are going somewhere for fellowship. I had never suspected anything. Shock on me. My guy was having an affair with them. All along, I've been married to a gay.
Wow.
So I did not know, like, I was married to a gay.
And how did you know that?
I found them, they were physical.
Like how? Can you try to
I cannot
Explain.
It
Like
is-
you found them in the bedroom?
Yes, in the bed. I cannot even try to tell you, like, it is.
They were three.
Yes,
In the bed.
they are. Yes, and I'm telling you the picture that I have in my mind. I'm not even able to share because it is really shocking. It was very shocking.
They were naked.
Yes, they were naked. And these are people that you know.
What?
So these people, the first thing that got to my mind, I decided to run for my life. Because this person, of course, I knew that I was not safe. Because, you know, these are people in church. These are people who are reading their up in church. These are people who are preaching there in the pulpit. So if at all you're going to expose this person, for one, this person will not allow you to expose them.
Yes.
For one, your life now is in danger. I left the house. I went and looked for shelter from someone, a neighbor, and stayed there. Then the next day, I came.
They did not even
Yes.
run after you or anything.
I just left the house in a hurry, and then,
He saw you.
yes, he saw me.
Okay.
So now, he said, the next day he called me and said, "You come, we sit down and talk. We need to talk." So I told this person to tell me the truth and nothing but the truth. So this person now sat me down and said, "Christine, I'm sorry. This is who I am. From since before even I married you, I was in gayism. In fact, the reason I married you was just for cover up because I'm in church and I knew people in church, people were questioning why I'm not married. So I had to marry you like for that reason, to just be seen to have a wife. But my sexual orientation is very different. I'm a bisexual anyway. I can say I'm a bisexual. I cannot say entirely I'm gay because I have you as a wife and I have men. I am the wife in the relationship. So this guy now confessed and he said he wants to change. He will change and he wants to start life over again. And I think I love the guy so much. I decided it is fine, I will stay. And I stayed.
Yeah.
But from that time, things were never the same again. When I see the guy, I was very shocked because I was fearing for my life. And him himself, he was not also comfortable because I was keeping quiet. He didn't know why I was keeping quiet. He was not also very comfortable. So we were there, the guy has become nice all of a sudden. He has started giving me money. He has not been giving me money. He has become good. He was coming home early. The other times he could come at midnight. Now he has changed. And I thought this person has changed.
And he became intimate?
No. For intimacy, I had vowed now, when I knew his status, I vowed not to be intimate with him when I knew his sexual orientation, because for one, it was very risky for me. For one, if someone is in such a situation, even infections, you find yourself, you are prone to infections. You get treated maybe for an infection, but you don't know where the infection is coming from. Because you know when a guy is sexually active using the anus, most of the time he is very prone to bringing infections to you. So I told him we have to stay down and we have to make a clear description of how we are going to live in this situation now. Then after that discovery, now we stayed for around 2 months and everything was fine. And my guy told me that he has changed.
Yes.
So I knew that he had changed. But one day, his phone was charging on the bedroom. I don't know what happened. I told you earlier I have never touched his phone. But his phone, a message came in and I touched his phone. So when I touched the phone, something told me back in my mind, can you try and use this password in his phone? Maybe the password can work.
Yeah.
And shocked to me, the password that I put on his phone, it worked. Then there were some messages that someone had just sent, so they were popping out. So now I went to the messages and checked the message. When I checked the message, he was chatting with a guy, and this guy is telling him, we meet at 4 p.m. in a certain place, in another certain place, it was called car wash. We go there and be intimate. So this guy was asking, which size are you? He said, I'm this size, I'm size 7. And you're the size 6, okay?
Which size?
Is
Shoe size or?
his penis size.
Oh.
Yeah, so now I realize this guy has not changed. He had promised that he has changed, but he is continuing with this sexual I can say is
So they discuss about sizes?
yes, with the guys. The guy, and even he had a date with the guy now. They're supposed to meet at 4 p.m. in the evening. Now he doesn't go at night, he goes during the day.
Yes.
I felt cheated. I felt foolish. I felt so stupid.
And this guy is different from the other three guys, the other two guys that you met him with in the bedroom.
Yes, those are very different people. That one is now a new catch.
Oh, he's
He's
Sex
from
with so many
yes.
men.
In fact, that guy, I think he had got him from. There's a chat. There's a group that they chat from, Facebook.
Yes.
Yes. So I think they meet random people from that group, and that is where they hook up. So it was a hookup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a first time meeting because the guy never knew the guy, because even the guy had sent his photos, he had sent his videos, he had sent his body. So
He was African as well.
yes, he was an African.
Yes.
Yes. So the guy went to meet the person and he left me in the house. He came, he's in a hurry, he's bathing, he's putting on his rodon, he's smelling all nice. And he writes to me, he's going for a matanga. Someone in church has died. He's supposed to go there for the fellowship. Already I had seen the message, so I knew where he was going. I prayed cool and kept quiet. So it reached around 9 at night, p.m. And the guy texts me and tells me, hey, the burial preparations will end earlier, but now we are a bit late. I'll come home around 10, 30 or 11. I was very annoyed because already I had known where he was going. So I wrote for him a message and told him, hey, what do you take me for? You don't even need to explain yourself. Wherever you are, even you can even sleep. If you need to sleep there, you can sleep. And the guy, I just kept quiet and I stayed in the house and slept. When this guy came, he came in very violently. He came and he locked the door and came in. I was in the bedroom. Then he came, he started arguing. He said, hey, what do you take me for? I told him, I know where you went. And I told him, in the daytime, did you do this and this? He said, hey, you're sniffing on my phone. Are you an FBI? Are you a CID or something? What? That is why I've never ever wanted you to touch my phone. You were sniffing on my stuff. Yeah. And then he told me that because now I'm going to shame him and I'm going to expose him, we are going to die that night. That same night, he's going to kill me. I said, fine. He went to the kitchen. I thought it is a joke. He came with a knife. So when I saw like he was serious now, I went to the bedroom and closed the door. And now he's there, he's using he's knocking the door and saying, if I don't open that door, he's going to kill himself right there. And people will say I'm the one who killed him. What I did, I just decided now, today, I will not care anymore. If people have to know this, they have to know this. My neighbors have never seen us fight. In fact, we were like unbothered people because when we are going to church on Sunday, we are holding hands like the best couple. In fact, if people have problems in their home, they would call us to solve their problem because they saw us as a role model to the society. I said, I will not fake my life and I'll not live in a shell again. Today, enough is enough, and let people now know what is happening. I screamed, I started shouting and calling people and calling for help and saying, now he wants to kill me, come. Within a few minutes, like 5 minutes, the whole house, neighbors were all over, everyone was all over, and they came. When they came, the guy now was able to be helped by some people. He never harmed himself. Yeah. Two men.
They broke in.
They broke in, they came in, they snatched the knife from him. He had some scratches, but luckily enough, he had not killed himself. So the knife was snatched away. It was a police case. The OCS was called. She was, luckily enough, she was a lady. I was called to the police station. We went to the police station. Yes.
Did they know what?
We went
what
to the
happened?
police station. I wrote a statement. Yes. Lucky enough, the OCS was a lady. I was able to tell her everything, what happened, and she said that you're not safe, you're not going to that house. They told me in the morning, I slept there in the police station, and in the morning they said, the only thing that you're going to carry is we'll give it to policemen to go to the house and to pick anything that you want to pick from that house. It was very far from home. So the only thing that I picked was my certificate, and I walked away. I was really stressed up and was very traumatized. So I was organized for a therapist and a counselor in a government organization. I stayed there for 1 month. Yeah, before.
You boarded there?
Yes, I went in a government organization where they look for women who have gender-based violence. There are some women who help women who have gone through the gender-based violence. Yes. I will not mention the name of the organization. But they really helped me. I want to thank them for the help they gave me. I was able to heal. I was really depressed and depression. Yes, and I was given the drugs. I was given I had a counselor who really counseled me well. I was able to heal and move on. And I vowed on not to go back to that toxic marriage. And that is how I left. And now it is quite a time. Yeah.
That organization, do they have men also who have been abused in their marriages? It's only ladies?
They have both men. Where we were, but we were not staying in the same place. Men have their different place where they stay, and women also have their own different place they stay.
Men who have been beaten by their wives?
Yes, if you're beaten or you are threatened, or even these guys maybe who are gay, maybe their parents have disowned them, or maybe there's a guy who was there. I found them there in that place. These guys this guy had slept with someone, and he was gay, and the parents disowned the guy. So he was sent away from home. This organization had picked this guy, and they were giving him a shelter. And they were giving him the help that he deserves.
And did the guy try to reach you after that?
Yes, he tried to reach me. He came home to my parents with his parents. We sat down on a round table, and I told them the truth. For the first time, my parents knew the story. I had never shared it with anyone, so I was able now to tell my parents the truth. And his parents also, they knew the truth, and they were very shocked. In fact, they were very shocked. In fact, the father was very shocked, and he said, if I knew this is what had happened, I could not even have wasted time to come, because you've really brought shame to us. If sincerely you knew this is what you're supposed to do, you could not have married this lady. You have really wasted her life. That is what the father said. Yes. But I just said, like, I have to rebuild my life and move on. Yes. For now, I don't think about the person. I forgive him. I wish him well. If he wants to have a family, I also wish him well. But for me, I think me and him, I'm done. It is just a closed chapter. Yes.
So he came all the way to your home? To Eastern from their home? With her parents? With his parents?
He came, he wanted me to go back. He said, immediately I left him. Now when they left, people now started, there was a rumor which started spreading in the estate that we're living in, and people already started talking about the story to know what had really happened. So there's one old elder in our church who now decided to pick the guy and took him for deliverance. I hear he went for deliverance. So he was taken for deliverance, and now he's saying that he was also seeing a counselor and a therapist. And now he came back now to tell me that he has changed. He needs me back because now he has realized his mistakes. He wants to change. He wants now to live like a man, of which I'm the one who had lived with this person for those 4 years. So I was not very comfortable to go back. I had given him countless chances in life, but one thing I realized is this person cannot change. It is easier than done. You can say I've changed, I will change, but doing it now through the actions, it's a bit hard. Yes.
Wow, and the kid?
I had a miscarriage,
A
but I
miscarriage?
got another kid.
Yes.
Now she's in school.
With that guy?
Yes, she's
Yeah.
around 4 years.
Yes.
Yes.
Are they in touch?
No, I don't want to put my child in such situation. I chose to put the child away from the father because, you know, some things, if you see someone who is doing such behavior, you know, it is not godly for one. By homosexuality and bestiality and other things, those things can bring very bad repercussions to your family. They can sometimes not affect you as a person, but they can affect your family. But I disconnect my child from that family. I disconnect my child from anything bad that would happen to her. I would wish her well in life.
Yes.
Yes, and I pray God to give me the grace to bring her the best way.
So the church knew about him later, about the story, and
His
The
sexual
church knew
orientation.
because the reverend called me and everyone in church, some people in church, they knew about it because he was also serving in the church.
Yeah.
Yes.
and what position was he in the church?
He was serving there in church as a leader and a church elder, as the Kama chairman.
What?
Yes.
A leader, Kama chairman.
And as youth leader, everything. In fact, he was a leader in church. Up to now, he's also a leader in church.
He's still a leader in church.
Yes.
After all that.
Yes, after all that, you know, I just left silently. I did not want to taint his name.
Yes.
Yes. I said, I want God to judge him. You know, God is the judge. I cannot judge someone. Everything that you do, all the actions that you do in your life,
Yeah.
it is God to judge you. I leave him to God to judge him. Let God judge him because God is up there in heaven and he sees.
Yes.
We can hide from people. I can hide from people. I can do bad things or things that I can hide from people, but I cannot hide from God. You can't run away from God.
Yes.
And every choice that you make in your life has consequences. Be it good or bad. Whatever you do in your life, it has something that you're going to pay. May it be now or later in life,
Yes.
everything that you do in your life has consequence.
Yes.
Yes.
And how was he in the house spiritually? Was he a prayerful person in the house?
No. No.
He did not act like this born again person after you guys got married.
No, it was not. Yes, in the house, he was not acting as a born again person. He was not but he was a good person, people,
Yeah. And to you as
and
well.
the way he carries himself to people. At first, he was a good person. Is this soft-spoken person? Is this person, if there's anything which is happening, is there to help people? So that the picture that people have about him out there is very different from what I know about him. In
Yes.
fact, I know now most people, when I left, they say I'm the bad person, maybe. In fact, a friend of mine called me after a while and after I left. She told me that she had some women in church discussing me and saying, that really is very foolish. A woman is the one who builds her home. She did not have to run away because she had a small problem. We have stayed even with bigger problems. And I told the lady it is fine. I am the wearer of the shoe. I know where it pinches most.
Yes.
If you see a woman leaving her marriage, She has tried her best. I tried my best. I tried my best. I stayed there and I stuck. There is no woman who gets in marriage, even who goes to church to do a wedding, to commit before God and people, with an idea of later on leaving that place.
Yes.
They want the best for their homes. They want the best for their children. They want the best for their husbands. They want the best for their marriage. They don't want to be a disgrace to their parents, because leaving that marriage, for one, I know it is a disappointment to my parents. I never left their home to come back as a single woman or a single mother.
Yes.
No parent wants their children to come back to their home as a single parent.
Yes.
They want the best. They want their marriages for their children to work. So I know I am disappointed my parents, but I am really sorry my parents. I disappointed you, but I had to.
You did not
because
disappoint them.
Yes, that was the best decision that I could take. And I think I feel happier. I feel at peace. And I know I did the right thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, the guy did you very wrong.
Yes.
Because of marrying you when he was just marrying you for, let's say, PR. Yes, because he actually knew his sexual orientation from the beginning.
Yes. And I would want to advise any person out there, as a lady, before you get married. If you see something, no matter how small it is, never ignore. Always ask questions. Never assume.
Yes.
Don't assume. Never be very desperate, or do not be this person who is bedding too low. Do not be in a hurry to get married or to look at the biological clock sometimes. If you are clocking already when they reach 25 years, 26 years, maybe you're very desperate to get married, you want to get in a family. If you see something which is not okay from the start, run away. Run so fast, but never stay in a place where you feel like it is not fine. And something funny, the red flags are usually there. We are the ones who ignore them.
Yes.
Yes. And then in church, the setup in church, we are too holy. We have been brought up in church. We don't ask questions. I am very sure if I was a lady from the club, from the day one, I could have known that this guy was gay. But since I was in a church girl, we have not been told not to ask questions. We are not able to discuss our dirty linen in the public. I have never shared with anyone to ask them, does it go like this in marriage? I was there keeping quiet. I am sure I could have known from the one go, but I came to take a longer time to know because I was very naive. But I'm wiser now. I'm not naive anymore. Yes, I'm able to detect anyone who is not genuine. Yes, now I'm able to know.
So the entire period that you guys were married, you can count the number of times that you guys were intimate.
Yes, I even can know, I know often, I can even count, I can know how many. And most of those times I'm the one who initiated this. It's not, he has never at any single day initiated.
Even during the honeymoon?
Yes.
So during the honeymoon, it was just like once?
Yes.
Or several times?
Once.
Once?
Yes.
So you guys went somewhere for your honeymoon?
Yes.
And you only...
and when we were in the honeymoon, this guy was talking over the phone. In fact, I remember when we were in the honeymoon day 2, he took me, he told me, your hair doesn't look nice. The one that you had during the wedding. He took me somewhere. I went to go and braid that hair and make another hair. He left me in the salon for like 5 or 6 hours. I don't know where he went. He said he will come to pick me later on when we were in that town now. Because we had gone for the honeymoon in Mombasa.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
Yes. So you see, this person was buying a lot of time. But for me, I was saying, hey, this person really cares for me. Yes.
Wow.
So, and how, were you never tempted to get somebody else, like cheat on your marriage?
I knew for better, for worse. This is one of the worst. Now I thought in marriage, I knew this person, how can I explain? Even if he was not a provider, he was not intimate, he was caring. For example, sometimes if I go to work, I come back to the house, I will find he has cooked, he has washed the utensils, he has washed the house, he has washed my clothes.
Wow.
So, to me, that was love.
He had his good side.
Yes, he was not. Everyone has his own frowns.
Yeah.
Everyone has his own weaknesses.
Yes.
But I cannot say this person was bad. I have never seen him drunk. He was not drinking alcohol. He was not someone who could talk, shouting. He was very calm. Yes, so he had his own frowns, but he was also very understanding. And he's a person, even if I left the house to go somewhere, he was not even inquiring where I'm going. In fact, this one time I remember he told me, Christine, even if I find you with someone, I will not mind. Very liberal. That is what he said. I asked him why. See, sometimes you are also human. Yeah. He's a person who is never bothered where you go, who are you with, what are you doing, who are you with. He would not even inquire or ask.
So he was like insinuating that he would be comfortable with you having an affair.
Yes, but I did not understand it. He never said it like in white and black, so I never understood what he was meaning.
Yes.
So when I'm not working, maybe I go somewhere. Most of the time you find me, I'm in church. I'm singing in the praise and worship. I'm with friends in church, lady friends, but I have never thought of cheating.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you guys were in marriage, did you notice some traits, maybe dressing or the way he behaved? There are people who are gay and they behave somehow like ladies.
Okay, for him, I had never related with a gay person anyway, personally, so I never knew the traits. But for him, let me say, what I noticed about him, he liked very bright clothes. His socks mostly were green in color, orange, the yellowish. Like he wore very tight clothes. In fact, one day we were crossing the road, then there was a trench. As he was trying to jump the trench, the trouser burst. And it was very embarrassing. We had to get somewhere for him to mend the clothes. It was too tight. In fact, he liked very tight clothes. Yes.
Did he have female features in his body?
He was spacious somehow.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had calves.
Yes, he had
He was coming.
Yeah, he was curvy.
Any other things that he liked that?
Yeah, he was soft spoken. He had a voice. He could, hi. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
His voice was not deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a very...
Soft voice.
From a distance, if he spoke, you would think it was a lady.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now you know that one, it was something very natural. You can anticipate, you can say this is natural voice. You can't remind someone because of their voice.
Yes.
Yes. His voice was very soft spoken.
Yes.
And so, did you ever ask him if he started getting attracted to men when he was young? Is it something that started when he was old?
It started when he was old. That is what I discovered much later when I confronted him. He's saying that he started that when he was in high school.
Yes.
When they were going for those youth seminars, he was initiated by some guys in church.
Yes.
Yes, and that is how he continued.
Oh.
Yeah, that is how he got to that stuff.
So somebody can be initiated into homosexuality?
Yes, you can. He's saying that his peers, his friends, yeah,
Introduced it
seem to him, but his parents don't know about it. There's no one who knew about it from his family. They thought he's a straight person. They never knew he was gay.
And he also had friends in church.
Yes, and those
gay.
Yes, and those friends were gay, and they also had families, and their families did not know.
Oh, they were married men?
Yes, all of them are married. In fact, even these guys I found him with, they are married, they have families, but they are also gay.
And they
they're
have
in church
children.
and they have children. Some have children. Some are bisexual. You find someone is oriented sexually, can have a woman and a man. But now for my guy, I think the difference was he was the one who was the lady in the relationship.
Or he was the lady in the relationship?
Yes.
Even the moment you found him
Yes.
in the bedroom?
Yes, he was the man, the woman now.
And how can you try to describe?
Because they were three.
You know, if they were two,
Somebody
can at least.
I think they were going in turns. Maybe the other one was standing, the other one was in action. So maybe he was waiting for the other one. I think they don't mind sharing. That is how they do it.
He was so your man was lying down.
Yes,
and this other guy was lying on top of your man.
Yes.
Aye.
And were they using protection?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did not hear you get into the house?
Yes, I came in the time that I was not supposed to come.
Oh, okay.
He knew that every time on Mondays he never went anywhere. He always said that he was off in the house. So that day I went to work and went and came back. Around midday.
Yes.
Yes, there's something I was coming to pick from the house. And I had not informed him I'm coming because I knew he was in the house.
Yes.
Yes.
So when they saw you, I'm still trying to imagine.
I came in.
How? Yeah.
The door was not locked, so I entered. I think it was so busy. They were very busy with their stuff, so they never even had me coming in. And then I came in a hurry, so I came pushing the door. So I found it was something which was also shocking to them because they did not expect they could come in.
Yes.
And the door was not closed. The main door was not closed. Yes, they left the door when it was not closed. And then in the sitting room, the TV was still on. There was a loud music in the house.
Yes.
Yes. So you see now that maybe the neighbors or the people who are there, they thought they knew that there are people here in, and there's loud music and the TV was on.
Yes.
Yes. So when I heard the loud music and the TV which is on, my mind told me I know he's already there. Maybe he's sleeping in the bedroom. So I came straight going to the bedroom.
Yes.
Shock on me. I saw something that I have never even recovered. Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been disgusting.
It was devastating, not even disgusting, devastating, I might say.
Yeah. A guy that you've always loved.
A person you have always trusted and known is a church person. A person you have always fought for. You have stood with them through thick and thin.
Yes.
Yeah. He was doing this.
Yeah. So anyway, there's nothing that you can't hide forever. Whatever you do.
Yes.
One day, one time, it will come out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this issue of money.
Yes.
Did you ever come to know what he was doing with the money?
Okay. In fact, I have never known up to now. I'm not able to know quite well. But I realized the guy was in betting.
Yes.
When I now started, there was the few days that I was able to access his phone. I realized he was a gambler, so he was really addicted in betting. So maybe I think most of the time when he was betting, he was losing his bets. And then now he was traveling a lot. And then he had those guys he had some families, like those guys, they had houses that they had. He doesn't want people to know him, so you find maybe he lives in a different town. He has rented a house here and another one there where he was bringing those guys that they want relationship with.
Yes.
Yes.
When did you realize that this guy character, apart from that time that you met them in bed, did you ever wonder why this guy was not intimate in bed? Because I remember you said that there was this time that you went even to the hospital and the doctor gave him some prescription.
He told me to walk out. They were left to the doctor. So, he said, now he's a man. We cannot discuss many stuff when I'm there.
How? You were involved?
I left him with the doctor, so I don't know what. So he came home and said, the doctor said, I have low sperm count, so I'm working on it. Yes.
So did he struggle to get erections?
Yes, he could not sustain his erections.
Yes.
They could just last maybe 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yes.
So you did not enjoy
Yeah.
1 minute, and that is once per year.
Or like
Once in a blue moon, yeah.
a blue moon.
How often did you guys consummate your marriage?
Okay, initially when we got married, it was maybe maybe once in 3 months, in 6 months. Then now it went one in 1 year, 1 year, 5 months.
What?
Yes.
From January to December?
Yes, and you're sleeping in the same house.
In the
a
same
brother,
bed?
yes, like a brother and a sister.
So you even got
Used to this.
Yes, I got used. I thought this is normal. Like this is the normal.
This is
You
how
know,
marriage is.
Yes, this is how marriage is.
And I am sure that when you were talking with your girlfriends,
Yeah.
maybe
We never talked church. We only talking about church, and we never talked about sex or marriage. I was very discreet about my issues. In fact, you know, now out there, people see you like a perfect couple.
Yeah.
So you cannot go to wear your dirty linen in the public.
was he your first man, the first man in your life?
Like now for marriage, that I can say that was the serious one.
And before
I had a relationship with a guy in church, and the guy was also from the same area with this other person, but not this guy was also a church leader in my church where I was in, but we didn't, our relationship didn't work out because the guy wanted me to move in with him without getting married.
Oh, okay.
So he told me to choose between marriage and moving in with him, or for the relationship to end.
Yes.
I chose to end the relationship because I had been brought up in church, and I knew that in church you're supposed to do a proper wedding, or to go to church to your parents
Yes.
and inform them you're getting married.
Yes.
But now this one where this guy is sneaking you in was not a relationship.
And he's a leader in church.
Yes, it was a leader in church, but I came to realize this guy was in church, but he was also a smoker. he was just in church and come to church maybe to look for a lady to get married to. He was not a born again. In fact, when I told him now that relationship is over, from that time, he never stepped in church again. He stopped coming to church. He started drinking. In fact, he picked a lady from a club and got married to them. So this guy was not born again, like sincerely. He was just in church to look for someone.
That church, it had a very funny character.
No,
In
even
Nairobi.
church. You know, I came to realize, you see these mainstream churches,
Yes.
most people can hide in church.
Yes.
They are not very spiritual. And then as long as you come to church, you give your tithe, you worship. It's only, a service is only 1 hour, you leave, you do the liturgy. You know, it is the normal routine.
Yes.
You pray the normal prayers, you pray daily. Most people, they are used to the same system. Yeah. If you're not skinny enough, you
Yeah.
find yourself, you can just easily, in church, they are good people.
Yes.
In fact, very good people, and they also bad people out there.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, so when you're getting into marriage, so whether you got into marriage as a holy lady who has never been intimate with a man,
Yeah.
or so this was the first time.
Yes. And
That night now you're
yeah, you
having-
can say I had some attempts, maybe the way you have maybe guys, but now reaching to that, like caressing, kissing, yeah, but now being to that level of sexual intercourse with a guy,
Yes.
it was now, this is the time I am with this person.
And how old were you that time?
I was 26.
So you were a virgin up to 26 years.
Yes.
And what led you to be, unajua, currently in the current generation, people are not waiting until marriage. What was your
I
drive?
was brought up in church,
Yes.
and let me say it is only God, because I'd gotten myself in situations where maybe I could have lost the virginity, but something just always came to me.
Yes.
I don't know what happened. I've ever been to many compromising situations. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
They never end to that.
With church guys, or just guys out there?
Mostly church guys. Anyway,
Yes.
in fact, any guy that maybe wanting to date you from church, most of them I came to realize the only thing they were after was sex. Nothing more.
yes.
These things happen in church. You don't do that. The people in church don't have sex. In fact, they have a lot of sex in church. In fact, in church, it happens more. Yes.
So how are you now? After now there, you broke up with a man.
I'm well. I'm single.
Yes.
I'm not seeing anyone. I'm not dating. I'm not planning to.
Why are you not planning?
You're still young, you're beautiful.
Yes, I am young, but time will tell if that is what God wants for me. You know, my situation is very complicated. We did a wedding, so we have not done the proper way. Like, legally, I'm still married to this man. I've not divorced him. Yes. So the papers are there. I'm still married to this person. Yes.
Have you tried to divorce him?
I am not trying to divorce him.
Yes.
I'm just taking one thing at a time.
Yes.
I wanted to heal first and move on. Like now my heart, I'm healed, yes. But
Yes.
now the divorce will come much later. But
Yes.
for sure I will divorce him very soon.
And what if this guy is now normal? He has changed completely and he comes back into your life.
Women are not a rehabilitation of badly brought up men.
Yes.
Yes. If it took me to leave the marriage for him to realize that he needs to change, let him change for the other one will come, but not for me.
Yes.
Yes.
So in case another man comes into your life,
I will gladly move in, but I will be very careful.
Yes.
I have to know this person very well, and I have to scrutinize him.
Yes.
I will not leave any stone unturned,
Yes.
and I will not settle for less. Yes.
So I
But
believe-
if there is someone who is out there, maybe God is the one who knows. If God had made another person a perfect match for me, he will come my way. If I was not meant to be in that line, I would still serve God as a single woman and a single mother. Yeah.
so I believe there are people who are watching this episode. And
Yeah.
probably they are probably in the same situation.
Yes.
What can you advise them?
I can advise them. I know it is very hard to take the step that I took. For a woman, that is the hardest part. Leaving a toxic place is very hard, but I can tell them, let them listen to their hearts. If they feel it is right to stay, I will not discourage anyone from staying and praying for their partners to change as they are there. If you feel that that place is very toxic for you, you cannot stay, it is important for you to heal and leave for your own sanity. Because the more you stay in a very toxic environment, it does not do you good. It does more harm to yourself and to the people around you.
Yeah.
If you have children, ask yourself, would you want your children to go in such a toxic environment? You know, your children or our children, for me, I was able to identify I am in a toxic marriage or I'm in a bad place. I had that courage to move because I was brought up in a proper home. I was never brought up in a toxic relationship. I have never seen my father or my mother. My father was a military man, but I have never seen a single day him hitting my parents, my
Yes.
mother. My dad was all loving to us. He cared for us. He took us to school. He bought us gifts. He drove us for outs. My dad was the most generous man I've ever known in my life. I have never lacked anything in my life. In fact, I can say I came to suffer in marriage, but my childhood was pretty good. So I cannot encourage anyone to stay in a toxic place.
Yes.
It is not right for them.
Yes.
You deserve better. Yes.
And after now, when the parents came back for you, and the man and the parents,
Yes.
did your parents also encourage you now to leave that man?
When
When they learned
initially,
about,
I had not told them the truth. I had kept all the information away from them.
Yes.
But now that day when I told them, and they knew what happened, they supported me 100%. My father and my mother said, our daughter, you're safe with us. Stay here, please. Yeah. And my father, in fact, said that if you leave this place to go back to that person, you are on your own.
Yes.
We are not part of it.
Yes.
So clearly, my parents, they support me 101%.
Oh.
Yes. They are
Wow.
very supportive. They really talk to me. They are very loving. They are good.
And the in-laws, do you still talk to them?
I cut the relationship because they realized when I talk to them, I am not able to heal or move on because they already want me to go back.
To the son?
Their parents, in fact, they were suggesting if I am not ready to go back to their son, I can go back to their own village, stay with them.
Yes.
They'd give me somewhere to stay, a shamba or something to stay there with them. Yes, as they talk to their son.
Wow.
Yes. The parents loved me so much. In fact, they are very good parents. If I was married to the parents, I could still be there.
Yes.
They love me as their daughter, as their own, because they are very kind and loving.
Yes.
Yes.
So you refused a shamba?
Yes.
A piece of
I was
land
not
in
getting
the
married
house.
to the parents. I was
Yes.
getting married to the guy. By the way, the dad is very amazing.
Yes.
In fact, that day I was really amazed. It was very weird. He took science with me instead of even the son.
Yes.
Yes, and he asked him very hot questions. Some even he was not able to answer. Yes, because at a point he said he has changed.
So he admitted that it's
Yes,
true,
he said yes, it is true. Whatever Christine has said, it is true.
Wow.
That is who I am, that is what I have been doing, and that is how I have been. And I've changed. When she left, it's when I realized I need to change, and I've changed. Then the father asked him, you have changed to become a man or to become a woman?
Yes.
How have you changed? Can you tell us? And the mother saying, hey, stop questioning him a lot of questions. So clearly I was able to tell my husband, maybe I think also he was a mama's boy.
Yes.
The mother was with him,
Yes.
and the mother also was encouraging him, because at a point the mother commented and said that these things, that being gay is not wrong, it is not even new. In fact, even the church was wanting to legalize this thing.
Yes.
So that is the mother who was talking now.
A mother is
Yes.
always there for his son.
So the mother was
Support.
giving the son moral support. Hey, my guy, you're not the first person to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, but the father was opposite. The father was now condemning and saying, our son, you have ashamed us. Why did you have to bring us all this far? And you knew what you have been doing. You could have told us when we were at home. We could not even have come
Yes.
here. It was too bad when they left. I never told him openly I will never come back. I told him, give me time to heal and to think about it. I will call you when I'm ready to come back. So it is now, let's say 2 years down the line, he's still waiting for me to change my mind. Yes.
He has not remarried.
I don't follow much about his life. I don't know if he got married.
Yes.
I don't talk to him over the phone. I don't want many things to know much about him. So I am not even aware if he married or not. But I wish him the best. I pray for him every day to get someone else, for me to be at peace. Yes. For me to move on easily, he has to move on. Yes. So if he has moved on, for me it will be very easy to move on. Yes.
Wow. Wait, what a story. This is a journey. This is a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the things that the stories that I hear people talking here, there are things that I don't expect people go through. Like your story. Wow, it's complicated.
It is not complicated.
Because
It is well.
I see this guy as a guy who is good and who is bad at the same time. So at times you might be torn between whether to just wait for him to or try to help him change,
Yes.
or you just move out of your marriage. As in, it's so complicated.
Okay. Before I moved out, what I did, I sat down with a paper and a pen, and I wrote down from the first day in marriage, all the things that I have experienced in this marriage. I wrote them down.
Yes.
I wrote all the good things that this person has ever done to me and all the bad things. And then now I counter-checked. I realized the bad things were too many. They outweighed, like there were 18 of them, and the good things were 4. So now I chose to leave because I saw like which side was balancing more was the bad side, and the good side was not much.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you for coming and sharing your story.
Okay.
It's
Even though you did not want people to see your face, but yeah, this is a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you have healed and you're okay now
and
Yes.
the kid is
in school.
Yeah, she's in school and
Yeah.
she's doing well.
yes.
She's a very bright kid in school.
Yes.
Yes, I would not want to show my face because of security reasons.
Yes.
Also, we have some. I told you we are not divorced yet.
Yes.
So, you know, when you get to court cases and battles and other legal places, I would not want this person to go and say maybe I tainted his name in the media.
Yes.
I would not want to. I want to save his face because he's in church there. I don't want him to stop serving.
Yes.
I don't want people to see me because when people see me and they know me, and
Yes.
what I'm saying is true, they know it is true. And most people who are around my circle, if anyone out there who sees this story from my family, they will know it is true.
Yes.
So if people out there see me, and maybe this story goes viral, or it is out there, it will make this person not to be comfortable. I just shared this story for another person out there to be cautious in life, to get in relationship when they are of sound mind. But I was not here to share this story to taint someone's name or
Yes.
to make this guy to look bad.
Yes.
Wherever he is, I still respect him so much. I still wish him well. I pray for him.
Yes.
I pray for him to be a better person. I pray for him to change, and I pray for him, for God to be merciful to him. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Thank you for coming,
All right.
and we are wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
And we know that your latter will be greater than your past.
Yeah. Sure.
Mbele iko sawa.
Iko sawa. In fact, I pray God to open doors for me and
Yes.
bigger doors, especially in music. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And you're working right now.
Not I am trying to work. I can say it's not pretty good because, but I cannot complain. I'm putting food on the table.
Yes.
I am comfortable. Like the basic needs, I'm able to meet them. But beside that, I'm not able maybe to do something much more. Like now, I can do music, and I have some songs that I have there, and I've not been able to record those songs. They are very nice songs. And I trust God. He will give me someone who can help me to record the songs. I don't want financial help.
Yes.
I just need someone, maybe who has a studio, and they can sponsor someone to do one song. and a video. If I am able to get someone who can help me, maybe to do a song, and I'm able to do the song, I put it in YouTube, then I sell the song.
Yes.
I'm able to do something greater for my child than I don't want someone to give me fish. I want someone to show me how to fish.
Fish, yes.
If you come here and I say in your channel, I want someone to give me 50,000, I just use that money, in 1 week it is gone. But if I'm able to do something that is sustaining my life,
Yes.
that is what is important.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not interested much in financial support.
Yes.
No.
Now the challenge is I cannot share your number and I cannot share
You can share my number.
your number here.
The number that I have, you can share it,
Yes.
because this number
Yeah.
is, it is not, it's a new number that not most people know it, so you can share the number.
So thank you for coming for the show, and
Yes.
I'm grateful for actually sacrificing time. I believe maybe you're doing something else.
Yeah.
Just decided to come and share your story so that people can hear your story and they can learn from it. It can encourage someone who is somewhere thinking that she's experiencing this alone, so that she can know that actually these are things that are happening.
Yes.
So thank you, and may God continue blessing you.
Amen.
And for the viewers, thank you guys for watching, and I'm grateful that you guys are subscribing to this channel. May God bless you, may God increase you, and may God do you well. Thank you.